What's going on, everybody? This is Tanner from TanmanBaseballFan.com. I wanted to do a video this morning because actually somebody reached out to me bringing up something in email, which I thought was going to be a really interesting topic for people. And especially, I think it'll help educate you a little bit on the rarity of cards and why certain higher number cards might sell for more than certain lower number cards. Because a lot of times what we do as collectors, especially the new guys, they'll get in here and they'll see a serial number that's like of a card that's like out of 25, for example. And they'll say, well, that's a rare card than this other card over here that has a serial number of 100. So yet for some reason, the one out of 100 is selling for higher than the one out of 25. So why is that? There are a number of factors, and I'm going to go over a number of them in this video to hopefully help educate you a little bit if you don't really know exactly why. I'm going to give a couple examples here. They're probably not the best examples. This is not scripted, but I'm going to try and we'll just roll with it. So we'll start off with this beautiful card. It's a 2004, I think it is, Donruss Elite Round Numbers autograph, Conseco autograph. It's out of 25, and it's a beautiful card. Like if I could have like a flashlight, I'd show you how beautifully the refractive finish, kind of just bounces the light off the front of it and everything. So this is out of 25, and then we also have this. It's a 1998 Donruss Preferred Prized Collections, and this isn't serial numbered. It's a print run of 55. So we have a card that's out of 25, and then we have a card that's out of 55. So which one do you think's harder? If I didn't preface this video with higher number cards being harder to find and more expensive than lower number cards, which one would you think you'd have a harder time finding? Obviously you probably know the answer now because this is, not set up or anything. This one is way harder. So I've seen this for sale multiple times out of 25, and I've seen this for sale exactly once. In fact, I don't think it's the one that I bought. It's another one, but anyway, so this is probably the second card of this I've ever seen. So why? Like, what gives? They're both beautiful cards, especially in the light. Like this one, this is probably much more beautiful, I would say, just because of how the light interacts with the front and the etching and everything. It's just a great card. They're both great cards, but this one is way easier to find. And why I say way easier to find, I think the sales records show that the last one of this sold like back in 2014. So it's not an easy card by any stretch of the imagination. So, so what's the deal? What gives here? So number one, this is a card that is 6 years newer. So that does help a little bit. It's also, autograph. So autograph seekers will, look for them, of course. So it has a lot going for it. Serial numbers out of 25, obviously, like I've said. So it's, it is kind of an older card when it comes to, thinking about all of the autographs that they've pumped out over the last several years. This one, on the other hand, has a lot more going for it. No autograph. No autograph. This would, by the way, sell way more than this one, in spite of the fact that, the print run is like more than twice. So why? Number one, this is in 1998. So we are getting to the point where this is 23 years old now. So this is quite a bit older. This is like 6 years older than the other one. No autograph, like I said. There's no bells and whistles of serial numbers or autographs or anything like that. It's just a really pretty looking card with this sky refractor finish. So a lot of set collectors go for this one, for this card as well. So that's why you haven't seen many of them. And another reason is because there's no serial number. So the beginner collector that goes through a bunch of cards and everything, and even through packs, they might look at this and think it's a base card or something, or just a really cool refractor that might be worth $1 or $2 or something. So when it comes to a card that's like $1 or $2, a lot of people aren't even going to spend the time posting it on eBay or anything. So if you don't know what this is, you don't know what you have, and you see no serial number, so a lot of people are thinking not really a big deal of a card. When in actuality, there's allegedly 54 more of these, only 24 more of these, and this will not show up ever. And a lot of times also is not just because it is because it's not serial numbered, but also, like I said, set collectors. You don't just have to go against competing Conseco collectors or A's collectors. You have to go against the set collectors. And we are talking set collectors that have been around trying to put this set together since the 90s. So in 1998, I was 18 years old. Baseball cards were really on the last thing on my mind. But there were these guys that were putting this together. They were ravenously getting these cards. And so there's a lot of people out there from 98 to 2000, 2001, 2002 that have started accumulating these, and they might have a set that's full, that's like 80% full, 90% full, 95% full, and they're waiting in the wings to try to grab one of these here. And I actually just talked to somebody several months ago that put a bunch of these up for sale on eBay. And I asked him, I said, hey, I noticed that you had like almost everybody for sale except for Conseco. And he said, yeah, listen, Tanner, I've been trying to put this set together for like 18 or 19 years. I don't remember exactly what it was. But I've never found the Conseco ever. And so it was really kind of an interesting thing also that maybe there's something else special about this card. I don't think the print run is lower than 55, but I guess you never know, especially if a set collector was able to find nearly everybody else except for the Conseco. So I don't know. I hope that helps you guys in determining or in realizing that serial number isn't everything. There are also a lot of others that I want to talk about as well, or just a few at least to start off with. There's a 2002 Donruss or something like that. I don't even remember what it was. Because I don't have either of them anymore. But in 2001, 2002, Donruss put out these cards of Conseco. I think it was like on the Angels or White Sox or whatever, and they're numbered out of 100. And it is for retail. Now, there's also a hobby version that was much nicer, had like a refractor finish out of 100 as well. The refractor finish ones, if I recall correctly, they were put in hobby boxes, and you can find them. They show up. They just come up from time to time. The retail ones, the fairly, I don't want to call them ugly, but they're kind of ugly. I mean, they're unremarkable. They're serial numbered out of 100, but they never show up. They're super hard to find. And if you didn't know this, if you see one that comes up or whatever in your collection or on eBay or wherever, you wouldn't necessarily know that it's a big deal of a card. And it really isn't a big deal of a card because it's not really a beautiful card or whatever, but there's a lot of people out there that don't have those in their collections. So why is the beautiful hobby version easy to find compared to the humdrum retail version? Well, it's probably because the retail version was really just put in these boxes where a lot of the overstock might have actually been thrown out. So you might have had a lot of them sell originally in 7-Eleven or Walgreens or CVS or whatever back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And because they did terribly in sales, they might have literally thrown them in the dumpster. And not only that, they might have been in storage units where the heat got ridiculous and they were stuck together. So that means that a card out of 100 might actually be a card out of 20 or 30. You just don't know. So part of the fun of collecting, right? I mean, there's a lot of other things that could be going on, a lot of other factors that could be in play, but just off the top of my head, that's what I've come up with. So, just realize that, the serial number itself does not tell the entire story. So let me know if you have any questions about this. I know that there's probably more digging that can be done, and I'm happy to answer any questions if you want to email me, tanmanbaseballfan@gmail.com, or this video will be on YouTube. So if you want to comment any of your questions below as well, I'm happy to help answer anything that you have questions on. Thanks guys for watching. Have a great day.